mfie aduananum anafi Samuel Obin owo mfie aduasa miensa eno enas mpanifo edi ababa betudwa senia ekoso no ayahemfofo na akwafa aba efiso motena se edi nsem begu a na ahemfofo no so aba bedane no ni sentino omosra se wohini biada wode hu awura ensem ya manyosem ensem fatanom ye betwa se obetwe hu afirim na mbra no etimi aye adwuma na yentie ensem a National Secretariat at the Masia for and National Security etimi edituja.
Such that now when DISEC takes a decision, chieftaincy institutions Nananom will not respect decision of DISEC. When MUSEC take a decision, I believe MUSEC, DISEC, all these are when you go to the districts, DISEC is the highest decision-making body when it comes to security, headed by the DC in that particular district. MUSEC is the highest security decision-making body when it comes to municipality, headed by the municipal chief executive. Then we come to the RSEC, Regional Security Council, headed by the regional minister. So if for security, our interest is not to interfere with the processes of selecting, installing, confirming.
Security officer Francis Anodon Prayer. Esanso eka edi etrese. Basa isasia wabra no mo pese omusi obi hini ewa adomrobe. Aya no enenam so ema omuchi nipa yi eya na yakayaka de. Eya ni basa etu ni firi so a na eni emremu. Eno nenam so ema sumdwe ho etumi atwe asensan ewa adomrobe. Na yentie nsema osanso ekan edi kan ho.
Respectfully, we have watched them. We have had a lot of discussions with Nananum. We have had a lot of engagements with Nananum. We have respected them enough. And if Nananum will not respect this, the security, if Nananum will not respect RSEC, decision of RSEC, if Nananum at this point in time will not even respect orders of the court, where a court gives an order and the chief will say, me, I'm bigger than the constitution of this country and therefore I will not respect it. You give a court gives a restraining order, don't go and do this. They defy it. The next moment you see them doing the very thing the court has asked them not to do. The RSEC has asked them not to do. DISEC has asked them not to do because of security implications. They defy it with impunity, thinking they are bigger than everybody because they are Nananum. And this is even draining.
One some munu and a national security fund so etumi asaka side ya fa say obefa ni braso akun atia kudifua wo fra wan se langade ana kwabrane wo ho ompa adwuma enye o chance ohini bi baba bone pa kodi dwuma se ma me na odi amerika no akokum nipa no akotwetuo ne ensa fata eno na wosi obetu hu sa na kwabrane biada ne hu bon mu na wodi ayemfo ensam etina nani so na odi di dwuma bone no asem ni neye eneni ebedi na yentie nsem a okan edi chatu
of the media, national security, there's nobody who will tell you I'm national security who wears a uniform. National security will not go and put on a fake police uniform. National security, a genuine national security officer will not go and put on a fake immigration uniform. A genuine national security officer will not go and put on a fake military uniform. And they are all over the place. And our investigation and intelligence tells us that most of these people are brought into the region by some of our chiefs, some of our parliament chiefs, some of our divisional chiefs, some of our parenting chiefs, some of our deacons have the guts to go and bring these guys, arm them. And it's even criminal. When you buy a gun, okay, when you buy a gun and you register that gun in your name and you give it to a third party or somebody else, it's criminal.
Yaboremu ewa santimantama na metabili wa mangana 40 million yakwa kopiemu ewa edum Kumasi. Enu na ena no pay ebeye nonsia yetumi efra ye ewa off kasamfo ni se. Ensam bi ani yenyan etumi asi ne kwabusa se de ensama. Yesi oja kasia bi etumi atofon shop bi ewa edum ametumi atratre ade akwa edan ya ewo homo. Na no ena mu chiom etre se enya kwabrane ne kofa eja ne kotu mu. Na momo ho sa na nkane enu ankasa je pairel eje pairel na esaba biemu na omba se ojadem wonsomo amanfo enyuma omudi sika akwakofa omuniama nyinada etumi ase ewomu se obira empiri ede na nso omotimi ahuri sika ene enema epa na yemfa ni nchomu ewodum ne ahwe de wi enema sibi koye
Babo juma pa mai we ne waya juma pa waya juma pa owa ha waya juma pa ano pani na menena na wa ha waya juma pa
etumi asi ewo dumasi ewo Sunyani West na menu ka say asay adan kese bi nanso obi biada entumi amfa ho anwu ana wanhwe ne kra prebia entumi amam nemom eye bebia yedi enua ekose se obi penua de abone danso a eho no benya no omuso mo hosa eno mo se honso no eja edam yonsomo omuniema nyina etumi ase yemfa ye ni nchom nso ewo dumase ewo Sunyani West na yenkonkwohwe ne no nso ekoso ewo
Fire service from way. Do my fire service in here. Do my fire service in here. Oh, yeah, right there. I'm trouble. Yeah, Minister, fire service in here. Oh, yeah, right there. You have fire service from Mumbo. I'm Mumbo. Fire service from Mumbo. I'm on for blood. Yeah, do my.
Midi mani chomu ewo nsɛmfo froma na ye kwakopia mu ewo weja gbawe na ni nyina no ayaresabia yetumi ewie no afimpim mienu ni aduonu enum enimu 2025 na busumi nso achi ya NDC aban abaye bibi biade wom so mo beko akakobia anopa na yaje ayaresafo de eho de lalai enu nenam so ema ekromofo timitisi abonten so ne eya oya trekasia de trabanse Children's Specialist Hospital no omra mebi ano emfama wonom sani ebeya ebetimi ama omo ayaresapa na eniema etimi akoso enso etimi edi ama womo afima aban no nso enhwe se nyo no na yeye ento ma mebie bibibia da ewo mu bi na yenhwe dewe a eniema esibi ekoye ne nsema omusibi ekan
That's now, Mumbi, my
Sisi aye de.
Mumbi, my.
Lukanya yindi.
Edin afeni ya starting so wan be bia no amaya obehu de to aso because ye makwan kura ye makwan ema hospital we enka ngam enti ye ba no paya eye boko o me bi hospital amaya how many minutes and be taken from the first minister of health aba bi from the hospital no enya kwa siasa o to opposition some men wanka and some men kwa meter gado wanka ye bi hospital ye si hospital fe obi aso daye NDC abamba e wosi odwin kola ho NDC abamba odwin kola bia ho what you say odwin kola ho so ba dwin so ba sin kola aya sabia mo na se obi aba sie mo obi bia no ka mo ye so aya problem e dey go say sama ye ntia se mahama
afi ye tabri Ghana for to me de yani apiemu ewo ayaresabia enam so ema weja gbawefo etimi atwe hununkum efra abansa wama mebie emfama wo no yenhwa eniema ewom nifa esibi eye eni sibia esibi atie aban no eja ne saa ebefa adwumayefo na agya ayaresafo nso a entimi enkoso no yenhwa sibia hospital no esibi atie Kasiama na yedi ni ekwakopiemu ewa Sakumono. One SCC a dying our golf course area. Eno ene enam suo ema mpanimfo omo ehwe enkran esuo ena afi Tema West Municipal Assembly etumi aka edi abom akwakobubu edan a ewo ho na nyina no ye wono a esisi edan edi esi baabi a eni kwanse omu edi esie di esi ensuo ne ma se ensuo to a ebetumi di ohaw eni adwene etumi edi aba obi wo ho nso aban ne ma no ho kwan no ono ade ne pe na wakwakwa kosi dan edi esi baabi biada ono ankasa pe eno enam so emma Accra Regional Minister Linda Oklo etimi di nani etwemu ewo ho a me no ka sei omotimi abubu dan no atogu na yenhwe dan pa ye bubu edi agufom.
So what you can see right now are more demolitions ongoing here at the Celebrity Golf Course down, which is also a Ramsar site, and this demolition exercise is being led by Forestry in collaboration with the Tema West Municipal Assembly and RegSec. And these are one of the buildings that is currently being taken down. We've heard from the minister, and of course we've also heard from Forestry that they've engaged the people around here, telling them that this exercise would be taking place today. Today is the first day, it's supposed to be the first of the 3-day demolition exercise right here.
Wo animunu ena hwasofo no ena hwe enkran kro kasia yimu etumi agina simpie ene bema so ekasa de twese omunya humobro biada emfa makwabanane anada sani biada a wasi dan a eni kwase wosie ewo ne kwa so wose wo ya aban mu tini wo ye sojani wo ye police ni wo ye hwanyo na wasi dan e de esi baabi eni kwase wusi disia omu bebu ni nyina e de agufom na omu ye we se ne be betumi aboa eman kran etumi afa ne ntoma pa etumi e de efra ye nti ensema ohwesofo yi esanso ekan e de kan.
We are here to protect, and this exercise is in collaboration with everybody. Everybody is on board. Forestry, we have the traditional councils also present. In fact, we met all parties before we started undertaking this exercise. And so as far as we are concerned, ours is to protect Ramsar site, and that is exactly what we are doing. No mercy for anybody. I mean, we keep on preaching this. I mean, don't buy lands at Ramsar. Why would you even invest in an illegal site, knowing very well that at a point in time, I mean, people will come after you? And so it's a caution to others. We are pleading. Even where we've demolished, the previous one we've demolished, some of them we've been told that structures has been raised. And so we have a lot of work to do, trust me. We have a lot of work to do. And like the manager said, we are going to be here for 3 days to make sure that all buildings, I mean, within the core zone will be done.
Honorable, the issue with law enforcement, I mean, these buildings were erected in the first place because they were given permits, most likely unlawfully. Should heads roll?
You know, sometimes,
will that happen?
Yeah, sometimes, I mean, we don't care about whether you get permit or not, because those permits were given previously before we even assume office as ministers and what have you. And so I don't know what went into that for them to give them that permit, knowing very well that this is a core zone. And so, like I said, this is a green belt for us, and we are here to protect and make sure that all Ramsar sites, not only here, within.
Wasansu etre mu biemu etre ni nsɛm sɛ wɔyɛyɛ sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ ɔdoma nkoma abɔde a wɔbɔɔyɛ baabi biada wɔde nsuo kwan ade toyɛ no nsuo kwan bɛda hɔ baabi a wɔde ɛbotan esiyɛ no ɛbotan ɛbɛda hɔ ɔntwɛn ɛma kwabrane ɛmfa ne da baako pɛ ɛmfa mesi nsuo na mu ɛma bɛwie akyire yi ɛnkɔfa wɔ hɔ ne ayɛne ɛmfa mmerɛ ɔman Ghana ɛma yɛnsa nso ɛnkɔnkɔbɔn wo ka enti wɔyɛ saa nneɛma wei sɛnea ɛbɛyɛ abɔdeɛ mu nyansapɛ dewi a nyankopɔn wɔtumfoɔ etumi ɛsesɛ no no saa etumi akɔso pɛpɛpɛ yɛntie ne nsɛm no sɛdeɛ osi bi ewie mu ɛfaeɛ.
Now the next time we'll be here is about monitoring, and so we've put in a lot of measures in place to make sure that this time around, I mean, like you said, it's so much capital intensive. I mean, the cost involved in this only exercise, you don't have an idea. Just after the demolition, they have to take care of the debris. We have to green the place and get its natural state back. And so it's not an easy thing. So sometimes, like I said, people must face the law and be responsible for whatever they've done. And so this time around, we've tasked the assemblies. And trust me, any assembly in His Excellency, the nation's builder era, will not give any illegal permits. So when you find out from there, those who had permits was from the previous government, not this current government. Because, I mean, if you want a permit, the engineer and what have you, they should, and the planners, they should come to the site and make sure that before they even give you the permit, if the place is okay for them to give you that permit. If the place is a no-go area, why not? They will not give that permit. And as I'm speaking to you, a lot of engineers has been transferred because of this illegal permit that has been given to people. They've been transferred, and you know, technocrats, there's no way you can, I mean, even though the worst you can do is to make sure that you transfer them, for them to learn from their mistakes. And if you don't learn from your mistakes, I mean, the next steps is what? Is dismissal. And so this time it's a caution to them, and we are praying that they will comply with whatever directive that has been given.
Honorable, you've given so much assurances, but then don't you think that the impunity is growing because you don't arrest people and all of that? Should we expect some people to be arrested, if not today, but in the next 3 days, to serve as a deterrent to other people?
Oh yes, I don't know whether you were here since morning. Some people came and the military.
Afimi boramu ewa nsɛmfo from na ya kwakwa kopiemu ewa soafo no na hwɛ Ghana ya disua ensensem so yera Haruna Indrisu etimi di nani ekopiemu ena wa presek wabra na yera Dr. Ofori Esapon edi na finsia na wanyamfie edusia eno na papa yi enya akwanya ebegina simpie ni bema so no obetro ni nsemu edi trese sisia no sukufo no uwie suku a bi si nsohwe no na wangasa wakɔ na wakɔ akɔtwe susuku a wopɛ sai me pe adanse from senior high school ana me pe oboase seteki mumma me preteki ana mumma me eye olagesi na wankasa no watimi afa ne ebeboa o enya obi ene beyi ade ama wo ana wensu no ensɔhwɛ no ebeba ekyire yi ama wahu sɛ ai minya aggregate 9 minya 8 minya 6 enti wo grade na wunya ya no a ukotu su prempe na busanse prempe begimi ana enjeme eno no betimi aboa emamofra na etimi afro mu pem na yentie ensem aba no dania ono anada Ghana ya disua nsensem so etimi edituja.
To know, I was struggling with what to do with CSPS, how to improve computerized placement system. I had to rely on him and rely on the headmaster of Infancy School to give me a roadmap as to how we can improve the computerized placement system. Thankfully, part of your recommendations would implement after BEC is to ensure that the students determine their choice of school after their examination results are released. And accordingly, any child who is not of age and have not completed the mandatory 9-year training will be penalized for writing the exams and jumping the gun. Okay. We'll also review with a strong technical committee to supervise it. But in all this, Reverend captured it, we need expanded infrastructure so that tomorrow, when I'm coming to Presec, but headmaster, you have a challenge. Once you have this dormitory 600, I expect your admission to double by 1,000 this year for our purposes. Plus or minus 600, you will now have a dormitory to deal with them.
Yera Kwame Govins Agboza Ena etumi edi nebufuo ni kokobo entre sopa etumi edi ama contractor yedi tetiman eni wanchi kwan edi ama no se onye na wose busumi enum enie sika yetumi atabiri edi ama contractor yi 66 million Ghana cedis na no na minister ni se okokodu ye no ejuma fuben ena contractor ye wadwi ha kakra na enie wasofesi ha kakra na wache pincha ha na wabuku bedua bi ubakono na gatai oyiba kwafa ya fata se ekwan fon kwatantan na woye eno ne nam so ma papa aka kire ne se ne oye ne de wansha ye beje ni tumi no ana contract no etumi de fini nsem e de ama nipa foforo na ye ntie ensem a osofo a ono ne hwa ya kwan ya mountain so etimi edi tuja Kwame Govins Agboza.
Are we working to the contractors program or our program?
He submitted the program and we are.
And you approved it?
Yes.
That for 5 months. All that is what they'll be doing? Clearing?
Yes, sir.
For 5 months. So what happened to the December last year?
So by their program, the program is said that
don't be talking about the contractors program. Okay. Contractors work to the schedule of the government. Yes, even if it's design and build, you work according to our program. The fact that the contractor brings a program doesn't mean that it's acceptable to us.
The clearing that we all doesn't look like clearing that was done, you know, in say January or February. It looks like clearing that was done only about 3 or 4 days ago. And so
there are people in the community. When was this clearing done? So that we don't spend.
Yes.
When did you see this road being cleared? When did you do this clearing?
We started on April.
April. This cannot be clearing that. I'm talking about here. When did you clear it?
This place was done April. We are doing
this clearing in April. This place was cleared in April.
Yes, we did in April, but
this cannot be April. This cannot be. Nobody's blind. This cannot be April clearing.
No, sir. We did in April. Yes, today we are doing a pop-up clearing. That was what we are doing now.
I am asking you, when was this cleared? You said in April. Now you are saying that you did one and you are doing another one today.
Just an indication that no work has been happening at all. And yet, these contractors, many of them have received mobilization. In fact, the information we have is that on this particular project alone, about 66 million Ghana cedis have been paid to the contractors.
Mobilization.
As mobilization.
Yes.
This is totally unacceptable.
So when Volta Impex takes 66 million Ghana cedi mobilization, and all we get is we did some clearing in April and we have just that a top-up clearing. Totally unacceptable. Let's review the program. Okay. And the beneficial owners of the company must appear with yourself.
Okay, sir.
On Thursday, 8 o'clock at the ministry. Minister, yes. Even if anybody comes to you to say he is a member of NDC,
mi boromu ewonsem fufuro ma ninna no ye NDC aban ebefa wo man atumi atena so se o man adwanom bosome mako eye edunsu emu enie na no ena enam so emansem kyerofo tisi abonten so etimi ne Ghana fo ekodi nkomo se NDC aban eba ye ministers ana sofo hodo no ma ye wo mo no said omunwuman sibitie etwasa aban ne ye resafo na nsama bi no mu kase de dika se asesa no eye ningo pram MP yewra samjo tie na nkatoe ye wo ho ede ma omo se onwuman so ani kura o kasa uye huhu uye tuno umuadie ensama uka ye nyinada uka kire ye se oba ne obada enye bema ne bema da se onyonko oba ube onyonko ba Africa cho bema ube je onyonko bema ezisi echibare na utopa ukwa chiba wanim na woni aheterete samra no mahama baya within na watchumi unu pepepe obema na asamra no ebesi na hwemaye ukasa bebre afi no tosumienu ono se Harry Nandrisu ade ya se o ukọ nwumasuoma papa no wase ho eniama enkoye enti ono nso no yensesa no odi yentie nsema Ghana fo nankasa etimi edituja
Yeah, Mimi would to me and Kamesi San Pane, Ningo Pram when you're fencing. On their so-called LBTQ, they are your opposition, you know, Bepimon they are passing. Yeah, Maba one young colleague in Tobaha. But I remember what Mimi Huso. If such a son la pass, I send some pum, Obian Quamau. Yet tell a pass, yes, in you know, Nanky buy a ton day. Now, remember we dear your papa. Dimede, Omo abinding in NDC, Namiaka, Arisha Furumunya. The whole government. Yarisha from Mahama to the end. Yarisha Furumunya.
As was said, Ebimu Sabo Modern Pa, Abujina Pony Petroleum, Gayo, a lawyer Edward, and you obey said Sammy Jamfi. At forcing, in Kofubi or Wa, you ever saw man pennies on Quaswa maintain your no more to your from media. Mima Familia, encourage her for the other camp first one, yes, I'm George. And young man Penuka, Mam, let me am a bonity. Papa, Obai, and your kind, and never be broken. Miangata Mijai, and never be asked, I'm George Kaya. Ah, you do or street board dinner, or buy ya, and never be brave. My boss will on him, no, me what you owe me. What else here? And never be brave. This is an idea. Yes, what Mrs. Sunny, Education Minister. The Juma de and Sunny crack. Anna Road Minister was a walk to coin a Fabrice Accra Road now here construction with Akesaka no more year. Ah, Nina Jagu, Obienwa and Koso. When you share Amasama Road now, who's a so much Macra, but if friend in them, a bypass 1 2 more could see any one in none who see no dinner in Amajago, who would be on Moye Beam to announce an Asoma Sano and a health minister because when you put Timitra TV so eka say ono befa health service ya de bia nkwala ekɔ school eba nanso so no wo so befa health service fo mama ya dwuma agisika wo betime twa omka aso mafa na rest no omkɔ ya dwuma ben
mi kopiemu e won sanfo from na ye kwa kopiemu e wo Minister of Labor minu eka say omotumi de antiase apam etumi de ahyesa so e de ama emabunu no ma ye ni adwuma eye na ne nyina ne se ubaga na sisia no eya yentoniema ebo emra from aye inflation no etumi aba from pa eye nanso ade abako ekum omanga na eye adwuma eni ho ede ma ye ni emabunu enti babunu asole anopa woni ba bia odi nani e kire de aka no eye nsa wi masam ne niema ensa mfata nurse ni abeko nurse ntwani awie obawie no otifie na wonya adwuma anye obekɔ teacher training awie obawie no otifie no onya adwuma anye obesuasua pon enya bodin akura nanso adwuma pa de enya abra bi wo ho fisi ekotra school dem a ye tro Kofi is a boy ama is a girl na ya dro ne ntwie e de ato eye blackboard so yes we a ruminant we abom masum o masum anus ye de anus za na ye de we school tie ba trumu kwa ene we ye trimu ye ne secret biada aye di be ye adwuma se we de matimi aye mobile phone no matimi abotre matimi apam mpaboa matimi abubu mawre ni nyina ye niema enam so ema omanga na ye de suam atop ntina kofa we nyina ba eno na nam so ema ntiase apam ye omatimi asan omo etra se we eba be yi saniema no etimi de free ho ama mabunu nso etimi enya adwuma etimi aye na ye ntie ensem a asiafo asiaye no ba no dani no ede to Ghana for enim.
Skills Firm is a practical employment initiative where we want to train and skill youth in Ghana on a campus, on a physical campus that we're going to build. Right now we have to use the momentum for the economy of Ghana. So we have seen in 24 the GDP was at 4.9 and it was an increase of 5% points to 25. So the economy is growing, but what is lacking is the unemployment youth rate. So this is increasing. If you look at the numbers from last year, it's slightly increasing to over 32%, and that is a gap. And Skills Firm is closing that gap by training young, motivated Ghanaian on practical jobs that they go through a program of 9 months, and after that they learn the practical skill to immediately access and enter the job market. With that, we're going to attract external investors, companies, to make it more attractive to invest in Ghana because we have the talented people. Well, we are like a foundation, right? So we're going to support because we have the practical knowledge already gathered from Europe and especially in Switzerland, where we have set up this. We had as well this problem before. So what's in for us, of course, it is the investors, right? If the economy is growing, and it's all in alignment with 24 hours economy of Ghana, everyone is benefiting, right? So the industry is growing. It's more attractive for investors to come to Ghana because Ghana has a lot of great goods to export, right? But the import rate is too high today. So having investors coming into our country in Ghana, you know, having this labored, skilled people, you know, then we can grow together the economy. Not only in Ghana, it goes beyond Ghana, but it affects the whole continent of Africa.
Midi Ghana for area munu na ye kwakopiemu ewo takwa eho ena eye obanu dania ono ena da ye Goldfields ano yera Mike Iresa na Mark Fraser etumi akasa edi acheso obesra aban say yo momani list no abano mfa mfie edionu entumi emfa nka won ho na on tabrisi kakasi emfa nto so ma won se ne be betumi aboa na omuso motumi edi no kwarepa edi amagana ban wajuma omuni ye fom agudie etuomu enti omo basre se yempuntuo amotimi edi aba ewo etakwa ewudua ene ne ekeka ho no aban ne bekoso etumi atro mu hie no etimi di ama wonom se ne be ya ebeboa ema omudwumadie ene Ghana etimi SCP etimi esita na yentie ensem a Mark Fraser ono ene ye ba no dani etumi editu eja.
And we have the privilege of being the largest gold mining company in Africa. And so when we think about our business in Ghana, we see it as an extension of who we are as an African mining company. So when I think about Tarkwa, it's a really important part of our business. In fact, 25% of our production comes out of Ghana, our global production. A quarter of our production is from Ghana. In some respects, we were very disappointed to see that Damang is no longer part of our group, because over 30 years of being part of Damang and seeing the success of Damang, it was a time, part of the regulatory changes, that moved on to different ownership. What we are proud of, though, is we have set Damang up for a sustainable future. And when we started the conversation with the government about what the future of Damang was, we were very clear that the most important thing for us is that all of those jobs and livelihoods that were dependent on Damang mine continued. So we invested quite a lot in ensuring that we had a plan for the sustainability of Damang. We were willing to hand that asset over to ensure that that asset was sustainable. And what we've seen today is that the work over the last 12 months has meant that we've now got a mine that's continued without interruption. And that to us was the most important thing. But I will say this today, is that we are not going to give up in any way on Tarkwa. So in November last year, we submitted a lease extension for the Tarkwa mine, which would give us, at least for the initial term, another 20 years of mining at Tarkwa. This will require quite a significant amount of reinvestment. We're going to have to move a huge amount of more material. We're going to have to invest a whole lot in additional fleet and equipment. That's going to require additional manpower to act.
Aha, ene bre ebe mame kwine na ensem ahodoa yetumi eboaboa no o manga na mu se off enwumre kase ebo no mosomfo na akwasi amofa de Ghana nyina agina tum se eba akan kase ebo ene emunchemu pa me na ya tabre abosobode no ede abome ewo 2025 yi mu me na me de ensem ede bre koso na ne mentra enwumre bia da no num ene fa kopim se no nsia ene fa bebo anopa bia da no nso no eno nso eye se anopa no nsia ekopim se no nso ebebo memenda eno nso eye no num ene fa enwumre ne ekoso nyina no bebo ni na tofa ede mayen ewo na wotwe mu na encheka se enkomada sani bia da woni etena ye afi tie me Refiners Tapo International eda ifia de animin specific prayer no ebekoso o shame o hawni amane a wonam kodanda no onua sa wotena fie de nsa se odamini fam ese Awurade be ya Awurade ni hwe ye de ma ti se wotu anamon John the Baptist ono ne bo Yesu esu ye de kwato afia se ode Awurade be ye no John the Baptist ye twaniti ade to practice so kwa enti wo entena ho ma yade a eka ne amane bi ne nka se Awurade be ye enye se Lazarus memfa ekuro emfa nko heaven to one amon ne ntumi mu a anopo masibra no aye Refiners Chapel International specific prayer koso efia de biada wabra no nso ne fa abo ekopim se premu ebeto ewo Taifa Johnson enkra krokesie mu Taifa Johnson baby a spare parts for no one omochi wa usia social sofu gidigidi ana off TV bra na bebo mpaye uwie de nyamiama ne tumi ahoden nyansa nimudie ohun akira de ka ne ne ehunu ne de ka ne ne hu akira de ka ne ne no ne dia ene Apostle Paul Kofi Oduro ni ahinta no nyame beda ne di akira no na afi watimi amawano pomasibre the loss of job, lack of job, disappointment, setback, promise and fail, delay in marriage, delay in childbirth, sex in dream, poverty, curses biara, you just come alive, bra. Na uba nyamena no so, ema wenya fahudie. Afi kwasiada, paibokesi ekoso, eye osum emu, friends a miracle service. The open century no, eni ema sum nonkono, na jumede na sase, promo webono, na ye tumi apon eufidie ma. Nchakesi nkoma, na asare, asamuan nchakesi nkoma wajuma soa, wabode enta production team, Mr. Teddy Lawrence, mechiamo afi one Brown, producer one Brown, nchakesi enko entumi enfamam. Mata, uwo Germany, oba Mata, mechiao afi enso, aya Christine, Nyankopo ensura no nton super enguso Christine Vepon oba pa ho ofefo o shame enanwumre Awurade enkaio afi eye Lisbeth Aqua wonso wo zowuru o hyeyen MD pharmacy fo ntiakase enko enfama mo miami fiora wonso o hwa mecha Ghana fo nyina da aha enam de Ghana fo sie nyame pa no nwoche ba sia yen ewo the church ni emfa dwumade sonko entum enfamro mediane nana akwasi amofa me mahwefo nyina moni hwe a mondaye